the Maine Township Board. And ask that everyone rise to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone. May I have a roll call?
Assessor Cry?
Here.
Highway Commissioner Bouvet? Here. Clerk Giuliano is here. Supervisor Diamond?
Here.
Trustee Jones?
Here.
Trustee Horvath?
Here.
Trustee Maher? Here. Trustee Malik?
Okay, thank you. We'll go to the first item on the agenda. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of the October 25th board meeting?
Motion to approve the minutes of October 25th, 2022 board meeting. Second.
Any corrections or comments? Hearing none, may I have a roll call?
Supervisor Diamond?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Abstain.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of October 18, 2022, that is the agency funding special meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of October 18th, 2022 agency funding special meeting.
Second.
Any corrections or comments? And I'd like a roll call, please.
Supervisor Diamond?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
May I have a motion to approve the general assistance expenditures?
Motion to approve payroll for pay dates of October 28, 2022 and November 10, 2022 and general assistance checks 54476 through check 54533 in the amount of $42,470.44. Second motion.
Any questions about that? Hearing none, may I have a roll call?
Supervisor Diamond?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. May I have a motion to approve the road district expenditures?
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve payroll for pay dates of October 28, 2022 and November 10th, 2022, and road district checks number 22615 through check number 22655 in the amount of $76,676.65.
Second.
Any questions about this motion? Roll call, please.
Supervisor Diamond?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
Thank you very much. May I have a motion to approve the general town fund expenditures?
I'll make a motion to approve the payroll for pay dates of October 28th, 2022 and November 10th, 2022 and general town fund checks number 59824 through check number 59881 in the amount of $275,656.03.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Supervisor Diamond?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. Do we have any requests for public participation?
Not tonight.
Got? We checked?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, we're moving on to number 7, personnel. We have, fortunately, a couple of new staff members that are joining us. Dana, would you like to introduce the first person that we're bringing on board?
Yes, I'd like to introduce Edward Olinsky. I think he also goes by Eddie. And so if you want us, can you stand up? Yeah. Eddie's actually going to be joining our team in Township here as the new OEM director. Eddie has accepted an offer that we made. He's going to be joining us actually, I think, mid-December, December 12th. And Supervisor Diamond and I met with him about a week ago. We think he's going to be a great asset to the township. He brought many new ideas that he would like to share with us for expansion of the OEM department. He's also currently an OEM volunteer, so he's been to some of our events already, so he knows a little bit about the department and about the township. And welcome him on board.
Welcome. We've got your resume here. It looks like you've really got a background that makes you well suited to be in the position of OEM director. So we look forward to working with you. We've already talked with you and talked about some of the projects we want to go forward with, so we're very much looking forward to having you join our staff. So welcome, and I'm glad you had a chance to meet everyone, and everyone who had a chance to meet you tonight too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have one more person who's joined our staff during the past month, and asking our deputy clerk, shall we get an introduction?
So we have an employee, Natalia Rokita. She's been with us 2 weeks so far. She passed her passport exam. She got the certification, so she can make the passport application. She can submit the passport application. And unfortunately, Van Siva, she left us because she had some personal issues and wedding coming up, so she just resigned.
Okay. All right, well, Natalia, thank you for coming to this evening. We welcome you to our staff. I'm glad you were able to come here so that everyone could meet you. I've seen you around the office a little bit now, so again, welcome to Maine Township. We look forward to having you as our employee for the future.
Welcome to you.
Okay, we will now go on to number 8. Number 8 is old business. So we're continuing to have on our agenda discussion of collection of ordinance fees, something that finds that is still an issue for us. This past month, I went to watch, along with Nader, the Niles, Village of Niles administrative proceedings, and they're over in the Niles Town Hall. So we went to talk with them. I talked with the prosecutor there. I also talked with the judge and got information about how they handle their calls. So that's something that we can explore. We may look at displays too. And I don't know if you had any information from them. I think you talked a little bit about displays. I don't know if there's anything further that you have to add that they might offer. I think they're probably pretty comparable in that probably the administrative proceedings that we do. Conducting these hearings, though, of course, or joining these hearings would require us to have an intergovernmental agreement with the Village of Niles or Des Plaines or whoever we intend to have it with. And then, if we were to go forward with it, there'd be a cost of paying the prosecutor and paying the judge too, the administrative judge that hears these hearings. So that's something we'll have to look at further and try and determine if this, the cost benefit of entering into such an agreement. So, and do you have anything else you wanted to add to that, or anything about using collection agencies?
I had the gentleman from Municipal Collection Services who said he's willing to come and do a presentation to the board if people were interested in hearing from him. So if that's something that everybody would be interested in, I could set up.
Would you like to do that in December?
Sure.
Could you set that up for a December meeting?
Yeah, sure, I can ask him if he's available, sure.
Yeah, if you would do so, and if so, I'll put it on the agenda. Just give me a few days' notice to get it out there, okay?
Sure.
All right, thanks very much for pursuing that option.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so our next item is discussion and vote on public relations consultant rate and contract. So as the board members recall, we had a presentation, we had a discussion with our team last month asking them what we might like to see in the new contract, what they did last year. I think it was pretty much the same what we're looking for this year as last year, some small modifications. And so, Marty, I'm going to turn it over to you to make some comments now if you'd like to do so.
Yes, no problem. Thank you, Supervisor Diamond. As the supervisor was saying, we were here last month. There's been no real major changes to our public relations contract that's in the packet this evening. Essentially, the only comments that we've had since last meeting was with Supervisor Diamond and Dana in regards to utilizing our press releases and the manner in which we proactively put out engagement to the press and changing that around a little bit and doing more post-engagement activity where we're out at events taking pictures and making sure we're working with the local publications to get that in to the local publications. So that's essentially going to be a focus with how we go about with our press releases.
Okay, all right. So we have the public relations contract here, but before we get to this, do you have anything else that you want to show us?
Sure, so we do have, as part of our contract, our third video, which is a recap video of the township activities last year. And after consulting with Dana and Supervisor Diamond, we felt like this was a great way to carry out the third part of our video portion of our contract for this year. So we just wanted to preview that and have you guys enjoy that for the grand premiere.
With 2022 coming to a close, let's take a look back at some of the ways we were able to serve the community over the past 12 months. This year, we resumed a full schedule of programming for Maine Streamers. Maine Streamers provides engaging programming and social activities for seniors in our community. Maine Streamers sponsored over 100 events throughout the year. In 2022, we welcome the return of the Community Garage Sale. This is an important fundraiser for our mainstay Youth and Family Services, which provides counseling and other mental health support. After a 3-year hiatus, this year's event broke previous fundraising records. National Night Out is always an exciting time. It brings law enforcement and the community together to support cooperation and show a joint commitment to neighborhood safety. After many pandemic-related cancellations and postponements, it was great to be back out in the community in 2022, volunteering at events and returning to parades. We look forward to seeing more smiling faces in 2023. Township serves a vital role in providing a social safety net. This year, we granted $470,000 to local agencies that support victims of domestic violence, offer mental health support, assist seniors, and enable developmentally disabled residents to lead lives with independence and dignity. We also developed an innovative partnership with District 63 to provide direct mental health support to students in schools. This will help young residents receive critical support that they otherwise wouldn't be able to access. To help serve the needs of all residents of Maine Township, we introduced a new translation program here at Township Town Hall. This new service allows us to offer support in 79 languages, including American Sign Language, letting us serve more people than ever before. The generosity of residents and community partners helped make 2022 one of our most successful years ever in our food pantry. We updated the space to better serve pantry clients, and most importantly, we added refrigeration so we could offer perishable items. Donations to the food pantry came from near and far, and we are grateful for the strong community support of our food pantry. We're also making a significant investment in infrastructure. This year, we entered into an agreement that will make much-needed flood mitigation a reality to the residents near Lake Marianne. Flooding in this area has long been a concern, and this project will provide relief. This is just a snapshot of some of our accomplishments from the past 12 months. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and sign up for our e-newsletter to stay up to date on township events and improvements in 2023. If you have an idea on how to improve Maine Township government, please contact us. Thank you.
That's great.
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you. That's a very nice snapshot of what happened in the past year.
Absolutely, I think so too. And so that'll be, all over our communication channels, the newsletter, Facebook, YouTube. So,
Missing highway in the assessor's office now.
Oh, this is
we'll work that in. We do have more videos to create.
I think you should save some room for Marty Cook and what he does too in your schedule.
Yes.
I think we missed maybe a couple other departments that Mike does. But it was good. Very good.
Not otherwise, it was lovely.
Let's expand that snapshot.
The
It's Susan
highway
in
department
there.
really is greatly involved in Lake Marianne project. That's really All right, does anyone have any other questions?
Very professional.
Yeah, that's great. All right, thank you.
Yeah, still if they can add it, we can add the assessor office, clerk office, and, the highway. And, you know, they can still add it and your message will be at the last because they, all the three departments come under the Maine Township. So that was a good idea, you know. And better was if you call the whole board with you when you were delivering your message. So it's supposed to be, I was thinking it should be the whole board with you when you were doing that. That's the idea. You know, but,
That would be good.
yeah.
I think so too.
Okay, well, we'll be doing another video when?
Definitely in the springtime. Just, we haven't spoken with you and Dana yet on meeting with that direction, but we can certainly take some of the notes I'm hearing tonight and incorporate those in our discussions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Any other comments from anyone? All right. Okay, so what we actually have on the agenda is the vote on the public relations consultant contract for the upcoming year. So you have that in front of you, I believe, and do I have a motion to enter into the contract that is before us with M3? Can I have such a motion?
I'll make a motion to enter into a new contract with M3 for public relations services.
Second.
Is there any other questions or comments about the contract itself? Okay, all right, hearing none, I'll ask for, well, actually, yeah, we do need a roll call here.
Supervisor Dunn?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And this motion is to authorize us to enter into it. Last year, it just called for my signature, so I'll sign it again, but the board itself has approved it. All right, fine. All right, let's turn to our next item.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you.
Thank you very
Good job.
much.
Yes,
Our next item is the discussion and vote on the general town fund and general assistance and road and bridge levy ordinance. As you recall, last week we adopted an estimate, and that was 30 days ago. So we now have to turn toward actually adopting the levies themselves. And what I need then is a motion to adopt the tax levy ordinance for Maine Township and for the Maine Township Road District. Do I have such a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right, fine. Now again, we saw this last week, or last month rather. Are there any questions or comments regarding this levy for either the township or the road and bridge district?
I think Eddie is waiting on this, right, Eddie? That'll be my only comment. Yeah, wait on this, right?
We just
Okay.
discussed it last month.
Right. You're going where?
All right. Okay, well, hearing no further comments.
Certainly. Supervisor Diamond?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. All right, next thing on our agenda is auction of the OEM vehicle. Let's see, is Mike in here? I think you're probably most knowledgeable about this vehicle. As you may recall, we had a resolution to auction off the van, which we have not done yet, but we've decided that we probably also should auction off one of the OEM vehicles, which is not in very good condition anymore. Mike, do you want to just step up and tell us what the nature of this vehicle?
Okay, good evening, everyone. So OEM has a vehicle that I think it's a 1999, it's a Chevy Blazer that we have had for quite some time, but it's pretty much run down. As of right now, it's not starting, but we did have it, it was running maybe 2-3 months ago, so we're gonna have to have that looked at. What we need to figure out as well, though, it has a bunch of the sirens and the lights that are on the top of it and everything, so it probably needs to be stripped down unless we want to just sell it as is. But I don't think, like, the brakes don't work, there's just a lot wrong with it, so, yeah, we'll need to look into see what it's worth, and
How old did you say it was?
I think it's in 1999.
Okay. And any idea what the current value is?
I don't know. I'd have to look at the miles on it to check it out and then just check out like a Kelly Blue Book. And
When was the last time this vehicle was actually used?
The last time it was used was probably 3 or 4 directors ago when they actually utilized it and had it working. We had it running, we took it down the road and had it up and running maybe 3, 4, 5 months ago. So it was working, but again, it's not starting right now, so we'll have to have that looked at. But the last time like a director actually used it, like I said, it had to be like 3 or 4 directors ago.
And it's been just sitting in the OEM building since then?
Yes. The only vehicles that have been utilized has been what we call the red truck, which we use in parades and everything, and then the light truck.
Okay.
So it has not been in action like out there in the community in a very long time.
All right. So is it your opinion it would take probably a fair amount of money to make it dependably workable?
I would think so.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Mike. So
Sure, you're welcome.
can I have a motion to put this vehicle up for auction? It's in your packet and it's listed under Exhibit A attached to the resolution. Anyone want to make a motion
Yeah, I just have a quick
sell or dispose of this particular vehicle?
I have a question too.
Oh, yeah.
Does the law require us, or where may know this, whenever we sell personal property that belongs to the township, is it required that we go through an auction? Is that pretty much a legal requirement? For example, let's say an employee wanted to buy the vehicle and it was less than $2,000 or $3,000. We wouldn't be able to just sell it to them quickly and easily, is that right?
Unless you're going to put it out to bid, then you have to do it.
Say again?
Unless you're going to put it out to bid, then you do it through an auction.
You have to do an auction. Okay. Okay. Well, then I
I was just going to say, I remember we looked into this on the process that we're going to go through when we thought about selling the van, and it ultimately decided an auction would probably be the best way to do it.
Yeah, just the safest way, I guess. Okay, so I guess I'll make a motion to, as discussed, to allow the vehicle in question to be placed for auction for sale.
Second. All right, any other questions or comments?
I'm a little confused. I have a resolution 2022-12. Is that what you're disposing of?
Yes, Exhibit A.
Yes.
Well, that's a 2004
Oh, no, it's got a
Chevrolet
red
Express
exhibit on it.
3500.
Alicia, can you fix this? Can you quickly get us the right exhibit to attach to this?
You're correct, yeah.
Can you do that now or before we all leave?
I don't have that vehicle information. That was the vehicle information that I had.
There's discrepancy.
This is the one we already voted on,
Okay.
that we voted on months ago.
Mike, do we have that information?
Just for the Chevy Express, not the Chevy Blazer. As far as like miles and everything
Yeah,
else.
I,
and all that.
then,
The other one's a
Blazer's not in here for,
Right.
to vote. I don't see it in my packet.
Okay.
okay, I thought that that was the vehicle information. That was my mistake.
No, okay, we're going to have to kick this over.
No.
Thanks for sketching that, actually. Yeah, we're going to have to table that, because it doesn't have the right exhibit. Let's see. Motion, can I have a motion to table while we
Sure.
fix this,
Yes.
table to next month?
Thank you, Susan, for picking that up.
Yeah,
We
Susan,
can table the
I
motion I just made.
I was looking at the front page, but did not close it on the second page.
No problem.
So, thank you, you're good at spotting.
Or I can withdraw the motion. Table it.
Well, I guess as long as the second is agreed to withdraw too.
Okay, I make a motion to withdraw the motion I just made because the exhibit isn't clear about the vehicle that we're going to sell.
Okay, I second.
Okay, all right. So I think we're done with that. And Dana, would you put this on agenda for next month, okay? All right, okay. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Do I have a motion to adopt the township holiday schedule for calendar year 2023? You see that in your packet.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to adopt the calendar, 2023 calendar schedule for the township.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion on this? I don't know that we need a real roll call, but let's do it anyway.
Certainly. Supervisor Diamond?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Maher?
Yes.
Trustee Malik?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. Now, we just have a little update on the funding schedule. Evan, I think you're working on that this year?
Yes.
Why don't you come up here so we can hear you a little bit?
Alrighty, so we're almost about done with the assigning the allocations for next year's and next fiscal year's agency grant allocation. So the current timeline is December 2nd. That'll be the board's deadline to turn in their personal recommendation. So in your board packet, you should see the staff recommendations, all of each staff's personal recommendations broken down, and then we took our average of it. So once I have all of your numbers, we'll take the board average, and then we'll do a overall average of the staff and the board. From there, the staff will meet on December 9th to make a consensus. We'll then give that consensus to you, the next board packet, and then you all can decide if you would vote to pass it or change it or whatnot. By December 2nd, if you could send me your personal recommendations. I sent an email today with an Excel form. You can either email it back to me or you can give me your paper notes, also from the original funding packets, whatever you prefer. It can be dropped off in Richard/Mainstay's mailbox, or if you see me walking around when you came in, you can just give it to me. Otherwise, and then, do you have any questions about the general next steps for you all?
I'm trying to remember what we did last year. I seem to recall, maybe I'm wrong, did we get the staff recommendations first last year, or no?
We did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. All right, do you have the
Yes.
I felt like we had a meeting where we talked about it, but maybe I'm misremembering.
We used to do that.
Yeah, I felt like we had a conversation.
I don't remember what
And
was
maybe
it.
it was just at the board meeting, but I just feel like we, I don't know.
I have a recollection of something like that too. Was it on the December meeting when we did the final adoption?
It might have been.
Is that what we did?
I think we just put our numbers together. We made our recommendations.
Was that the final meeting that we did that?
Second, I think.
Yes, next Friday, December 2nd.
That's what I recall, Karen, right? We all made our recommendations, the staff did, we did. And then
Yeah, but I just.
similar to what we're doing now.
For some reason, I just vaguely remember,
Identical.
I felt like we had a conversation after we saw their numbers, or maybe not, maybe it was just us saying that when we switched the process around, because we switched it so that we could see the numbers first, so.
I don't know.
So, I think this is fine. I mean, I think this was the main thing that we wanted last time, was we wanted to see what they recommended first, since they're the ones that know these organizations well, and work with them all the time, and I think having their input was helpful for us, especially because it was the first time some of us were doing it. It was helpful for us to kind of know, so.
All right, well, we'll stick with this, and we will then hold our discussion on December 27th. Okay? All right.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I'll just thank you for all your efforts.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know it's a big project.
All right, thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, the next is item says discussion and possible vote on township room rental policy. We're not going to vote on anything because I don't have a draft done. But actually, I did want to talk to the board members about, officials about renting out the township rooms, particularly this room. You will notice I left on your place there a letter which details some problems that occurred recently. And so actually before I started drafting this policy, I wanted to get your feelings or get your thoughts as to what should be in that policy. You can certainly tell me tonight, or you can email me your thoughts over the next couple of weeks as I try to put something together. We wanted to have a policy out there so it's very clear to everyone who rents our facility what the time limits are, what the space limits are, the days of the week and the times of day, and whether there's food or not allowed. And I just wanted to know what other thoughts you had about what should be in the policy.
There's nothing monetary on it, is it?
There is not, but there should be, I think. Right now, I have not been able to find any written policy on this, but this room has been renting for just $25. And I think, for an organization to rent this space, that's a low amount. And, we're also, we have someone sitting at the front desk for them. One of our employees is sitting there, and there's often, some maintenance work or, be done.
It's a wild party.
So I'd like to know, well, let's talk about a rental fee. Again, it's been $25 for as long as we can remember. And that's, I think, just been informally said. I don't know that it's in writing anyplace.
You can't even rent like a park district room for that amount.
You can't park your car for that. So
right, at the very least, it should compensate, it should cover the cost of any employees that are used,
Now, usually we try and rent it just Monday through Thursday night when we have someone sitting at the front desk anyway for Maine State clients. But nonetheless, that person is serving two functions, not just for us, but also for the rental party.
Maybe a returnable deposit and how they leave the condition of our boardroom.
Deposits always.
Or why not consider a policy not renting at all? Is it substantial revenue for us? There's nothing that says we have to rent on.
No, there's nothing that says that.
But it inconveniences us,
we had done it sort of as a courtesy to some community groups.
I see,
or to some local residents who have turned buildings around here for like
sharing and things like that.
Things like that.
Right.
So we do also rent it to some not-for-profits, one or two of them. So there's really not a lot, but it's not like there's someone here every night.
And why do they get the boardroom? Why can't they be in the lower level?
We could, of course, everyone wants to be here. This is the nice room, right? But yes, we could, let's say if they wanted to have food, they'd have to be down there. We could make that arrangement.
So it's not a question of money then for the past, right, Karen? It's not like we're depending on this revenue. It's something we do for the public to help certain.
It does not make any substantial amount of revenue. It would be just a matter of helping to defray some of the expenses. Keeping lights on, extra cleaning that needs to be done, part of the, wages that we pay to people who sit at the front desk. So it's really just to sort of defray some of those costs.
I see, okay.
And, So, I don't know, any other thoughts? Things you would like in the policy?
I think we need to make the township available to residents in the township, though. That's
It's another way to gain exposure to
that's part of who we
For
are.
their football parties? What does that mean? They make it available to them for their card parties?
I agree, a refundable deposit seems to make the most sense.
That's pretty standard in rental.
And certainly of any condo association, they're all about refundable or not refundable deposits, so.
All right, well, I'll come up with something. I don't know what exactly, but hopefully I'll get that next.
Some local park districts and things and see what their policies are.
If you find some, would you shoot them over to me? Sure.
Like the Des Plaines Park District does that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So again, we don't actually have anything to vote on this evening, but I just did want to sort of start a discussion on that. So Now for official reports. Anyone would like to go ahead? Alistair, would you like to talk about this event that you have proposed?
The last Saturday, actually, I attended this event on the northwest side. The clerk of circuit court, Iris Martinez, organized this event, the court in the community, to educate the community about the court system, which includes criminal court, civil court, traffic court, and to educate the people how they do the e-filing, how they pay their fines online. So I am suggesting if we can have this program in the Maine Township. So I talked to the clerk, Iris Martinez, and she happy to do it here in Maine Township. So she asked me for the date in February, any Saturday in the February, which are the dates are February 4, February 11, 18, and 25th. So we can pick up any date and I can inform the clerk. And, then the Maine Township community, can ask the question. She will bring her staff here. So anybody can check their license, tickets, about the criminal, civil court cases, and they even ask the question how to file the eviction, how to file the order of protection. And now the clerk office have a 24-hour hotline to file order of protection. So I do not have information at this point, but the clerk office, when they will be here, they will give information to the community and they can file those order of protection even online.
Okay, so basically it would be an educational event. People could learn about the court system, learn about the information they can get there, the different branches of the court. But they would also, that is, the clerk's employees would bring access to their computers so they could look up any case you might have pending and give you information about the status of it. And actually accept filings, if people wanted to file an action, would they be able to do that?
Yeah, they will give the information, they can do it online. They will give all the link, they will find. And they're going to use their own Wi-Fi system. They're not going to use our office, any Wi-Fi. They will bring their own internet system, So
okay, all right. Now, I think you have information about, the clerk held it already, or one other place. What kind of crowd would they attack, that is, in terms of numbers?
It was almost I can say, I was there, so it was almost 20-30 people showed up.
20 or 30?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, now.
And I was helping with them, the traffic cases, so maybe here I will do the same thing. I worked over there as a traffic manager, so. So Jim,
No, I just mentioned, a lot of them want to know about their driver's license.
yeah, it was suspended and I.
What's the status of my driver's license?
I can look up those licenses.
It's a typical one.
Okay, all right. Now, you have suggested one of any Saturday in February of 23. Does this have to be on a Saturday? I'm just asking because, our staff is not usually here on Saturday.
So I can check with them, at another date, So, but they mostly, they ask me these dates, February 4th, 11, or 18.
Okay.
Yeah,
or in the evening, might be another possibility for.
No, their timing is 10 to 12. 10 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Okay, they don't want to do evenings. So.
No,
Okay.
the morning.
Remember we had one with your office coordinated regarding, not recorder, the.
Treasurer?
What's that?
Treasurer?
No.
Karen Yarbrough.
What's that?
Karen Yarbrough?
Thank you, the Karen Yarbrough's
Clerk's
office, yes.
Oh, okay.
And we had a huge crowd for that. And we were over at the Seville Center.
Oh.
But I don't know, that doesn't sound like this event.
It was in the evening though.
It was in the evening, yeah. I don't know that this event would attract that many, based on what they've had at other locations.
Yeah, it's all depends on many people, but you can try.
Okay, all right. So what, I understand any Saturday is possible. Would you ask them if any weekdays possible too? And I'm just not really sure.
Okay, sure, I will check with them.
Okay, all right, and we can check with our staff too regarding the possibility of holding that.
Will it teach them how to drive?
Marie, do you have any events during February and the weekends?
Not in the building.
Not in the building, okay, all right. All right, so Asa, please get back to us about
Okay,
that.
sure.
You know, I would still like to get it out in the newsletter though, but that's really got to go out. It's got to go out.
Next week, it's going to next week.
I'm sorry, why can't you?
I mean, I have till next week, really, is the very end.
The very end, we absolutely have to get it out.
Right, so.
I will let you know tomorrow. Yeah,
What was that?
tomorrow.
That's pretty quick.
All right, okay, anything else, Asa?
No, thank you.
All right, Jim?
Well, I thought it was an excellent job done at the vaccination event.
Yes.
That was my only task, getting photographed. It was outstanding, and it was very well done, and I think we should try to do another one if we can involving this COVID booster, because I think a lot of people haven't had that. The COVID booster
Yeah.
might be attractive for all.
Well, people could get both.
The one extra one, especially in light of the COVID news that they're expecting a breakout in the winter months.
Okay, all right.
That's my suggestion.
Okay, all right, anything else that you wanted to add?
No, just that it was done very well, and it was great. We partnered with Jewel, I guess, right, Karen?
Yes, it was the Jewel Pharmacy.
And with our staff, we did a great job.
It seemed to go pretty well.
Yes, it did.
It was busy all day, but I didn't ever see more than a few people waiting at any given time. So
Okay.
it was-
When I was there, it was great, the way it was handled, very well. But yeah.
All right, Kelly?
I had the opportunity to attend a Maine Streamers event. They were playing, they had a game, I mean, it's like a monthly thing, right? Yeah. They were playing Wheel of Fortune. And it was fun, I got to go, because some of you know when I was a contestant on Wheel of Fortune several years ago. So I got to go before they played and kind of talk to them and share the experience, and they had a lot of questions, and so it was fun. It was really fun to kind of talk to them, and they seemed to be into it, so. Yeah, we were the big winners. We won the prize puzzle, we got a trip to Europe, we won a lot of money. So
Very nice.
Wow.
So yeah, and we played, I had a clip of I had the episode on the screen, and so I like kind of scrolled through and was letting them like guess some of the puzzles, and so I get to watch it too. So it's fun.
Awesome. A Wheel of Fortune ringer.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
See, I went on a Maine Streamers trip too. It was the fall foliage train trip, which was beautiful. We went with my sister and yes, beautiful lunch on the train. It was really a great event, which all of them are. And I just wanted to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Stay safe and healthy, and remind you that the first Wednesday of every month is our neighborhood watch meeting.
Thanks very much. Susan, did you want to?
The tax bills will probably be mailed out on Monday from the treasurer's office. You can access them online right now in the treasurer's office. The only people that really took a hit on the tax bills are a lot of our senior freeze people, because of the rates that went up with the municipalities. They went a little bit higher. So, and that affected the senior freeze, where they're going to get a little bit less money and have to keep paying a little bit more. We've been seeing anywhere from $500 to up to $900. So we're getting some seniors a little bit upset by that, but they are still getting a discount with having the senior freeze. So you can access, like I said, and I've seen other regular people, like $25 or something, that their tax bills are higher online. But if you have that in escrow with a bank, you will probably expect that the bank will be paying that off within the next 2 weeks. So that'll be coming out of your escrow account. But I have to remind you also that the first installment of the 2022 tax bill paid in 2023 will be out and due March 1st. So that's a little bit of a hiccup for a lot of people, and I hope they don't spend a whole lot on Christmas when they have to pay for that bill coming due March 1st, which is always 55% of your prior year. So that's out there for everybody to see. You can pay your bill through Chase Bank. You can pay online to the treasurer's office for free. They also opened up the community banks. Some community banks will accept a payment. So you can check to see if that is something that you want to do. And you can always do by mail, but I wouldn't do by mail. Not anymore in this climate. So if you have another avenue, just to go to a bank and pay, that would be probably more beneficial to you because you get a receipt. And that's very important. We still are going to be open for appeals. We are thinking possibly now it's going to be December with the Cook County Board of Review. We don't know if December is going to happen. We might be shooting to the end of December or January with them. And you have every opportunity to file with us an appeal, and we're very willing and able to help our residents and absolutely do the best that we can for them in the appeal process. We are also we're taking in different applications still for certificate of errors. We have a little bit of problem with anything that is late now. If people would want to get it in, if they need a revised tax bill, our window of opportunity is closing. So the problem is, with that respect, if we can't get your revised tax bill because of an error with any of your exemptions, you might have to pay your tax bill and then apply for the CAV certificate of error. And what would happen would be that you would get a check within 3 to 4 months, I'm guesstimating, to get that refund. So that's about all I have. And I have a couple of things scheduled with the mainstreamers too. I'm looking forward to going to the Merchandise Mart on December 1st to go shopping. I haven't been there for probably about 15 years, and that's when the Kennedys, I think, still owned it. And I have another event that they have. The C Notes are playing over at Prairie Lakes. So I think that him and I are both going to that. That should be a nice Christmas event. And they have really great programs, and I haven't been on one for a while until we went to this one on the train, which was really lovely, and their staff is very helpful. I mean, there's people that have a little bit difficult time getting on a bus or that, and they have it figured out. I know next door to me that they've been busy with GA, General Assistance. They've had a lot of people coming in, and of course the holidays are rough for a lot of people, and General Assistance is trying to find the right avenues for them. And I see that downstairs we had a lot of turkeys going out, and that's been really going good. Our food pantry, and I think that's about it. I think I said enough.
Okay.
So you have a good night, happy Thanksgiving, and God look out.
And Susan just mentioned a number of dates, and that reminded me, I didn't want to forget. We're having an employee holiday party on Wednesday, and the highway department's invited too. Wednesday, December
22nd?
21st, I think it's the 21st of December. And that'll be probably maybe 1 o'clock. We'll do that at 1 o'clock, December 21st. So if you could stop by, we'll be in the lower level as we were last year, if you want to join us for lunch with the employees at that time. Ed, do you want to add some things maybe?
Yeah, just a couple. With the weather, this weather window that we've gotten in the last few days, we've been able to get a lot of concrete done, a lot of sidewalks. The cement shortage, which has been a real thorn in our side, has been challenging, but our local contractor has been able to get a lot done. So we're grateful that the weather's cooperating. Hopefully we can get another week out of it to get some more done. Other than that, happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, all right, Keith?
I just wanted to extend my gratitude to Banu Siva for the little over a year that she worked with us. Yeah, she wound up having to go to India for a couple months to prepare for her daughter's wedding, so that was one of the main reasons she decided to leave. But I thank her for her service, and Natalia, I think, is going to work out real well. She seems to be a good fit and catching on quickly, so we're happy to have her. And yeah, same as everybody else. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Great. I just had a couple more announcements. The trees were taken down since we last did our walk around, so you probably can't see it very well right now because it's dark out. But the arborists came Monday and spent most of the day going around taking down the trees that were dead. So next time you're in the area and it's light out, you can see the work that they have done. Another thing you might have mentioned when you came in is we now have a prescription collection box right in our office here. So we used to have periodic collection days for prescriptions, but people can drop it off there anytime now. So it's a locked box, it's bolted to the floor, and every once in a while the sheriff will come and collect the drugs that are in there. Another thing I wanted to mention is that some of us went to a program put on by the Niles Police Department about active shooters and what their training is these days and what they're recommending people do. So that was very interesting, and I hope to work more with our OEM director starting next month about possible future training for us. I did talk with the Niles Police Department and also the Sheriff's Department about they're possibly doing some training at our office, but I don't have anything definite on that yet. So far, what our staff has done is an online training that was produced by FEMA. So that's what we have right now. I did go to the Township Officials Conference in Springfield. I spent several days there. I spent a couple of sessions learning about general assistance, and I learned that I really need to announce, for the purpose of the minutes, that we have adopted the Township Officials of Illinois General Assistance Handbook as our guidelines for general assistance. So I just recommend that that's something that we actually announced. It's actually something we've been doing for some time, but I don't know if it's ever been officially announced in our minutes. So if you would just reflect that too, please. As far as other upcoming events, we will be having a blood drive on January 19th. So that's something that you can attend. Please put that on your calendar too. So I think that's all that I have right now. Oh, I did have to mention one other thing. When I was at the conference, we did, one of our, the people that work with us, did win an award, the Association of Illinois Townships Committee on Youth Leadership Award. And this is something that we Kevin here, he's gone. I'm going to ask you, Rich, if you would take this with you and make sure it gets to the recipient, okay? All right, thank you very much. Okay, is there anything else that anyone else would like to bring up or announce while we're here this evening? All right. Well, then may I have a motion to adjourn?
Sure, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second. Roll call.
Supervisor Diamond?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Horvath?
Yes.
Trustee Bonner?
Yes.
Trustee Lee?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.